I know that politics ain't beanbag. I get that it's not for the faint of heart. I appreciate that there's a kind of a dirty, seamy underbelly to politics. I get all that. I had no idea that things could get as dirty and as corrupt as what we're witnessing right now. I'm actually in a state of shock at anybody pretending that Nikki Haley has a viable path to the Republican nomination. This race is over. It's completely finished. She has no path. The people who are telling you she has a path know that she doesn't have a path. But the donor money keeps going. It has to. She is a surrogate now for the Biden administration. She's Joe Biden's best hope, and it ought to turn your stomach. I never thought I'd see this. I had no idea that things could be this dark, this dirty. The Arizona GOP chair trying to bribe Carrie Lake so that she wouldn't run for Senate. This story is so monumental. I don't know that the mainstream media is going to touch it because it exposes this dirty, dark underbelly of American political life. This whole idea that Trump can't be covered because if they carry his speeches and they show him he's endearing and he's normal and he can't be treated like a normal candidate or else he'll win. James Carville came right out and said it yesterday. Trump can't be treated like a normal candidate or he'll win. Well, he is a normal candidate. He's the GOP nominee. No way around it. No way to prevent it. Nothing's going to happen. If they convict him 100 times, he's going to be the GOP nominee. If they put him in jail, he'll win in a landslide. And listening to people participate in this charade is wild. And you got to connect the dots here. I mean, it must have to do with dollars and donors and I don't know. I'm mystified at this point. Everybody has thrown in the towel on Nikki Haley. The people who aren't throwing in the towel, wow, what do you say about them? Here was Breitbart's Morris on Fox Business yesterday with Larry Kudlow summing Nikki Haley's presence up perfectly.
No, but, what I was going to say is just she has no path. It's over. So what is she doing now? She's basically just hitting the brakes. She's pumping the brakes on proper consolidation around Trump and gearing the fire toward Joe Biden. In essence, she is the best campaign surrogate for Joe Biden.
There's no other way to describe this. And her emissaries and her advocates and her donors and her supporters are doing the same thing. They're helping Joe Biden, and they have to know it. They have to. They're not stupid people. I'm listening to otherwise smart people suggest that Nikki Haley can stay in the race. I think it was Clay Travis, nothing against him, sports guy and Fox News guy. He's posting on social media that Nikki Haley ought to be Trump's vice presidential running mate. Something about attracting suburban women. Suburban women aren't going to go within 100 yards of Nikki Haley. You think conservative women are going to support Nikki Haley, this globalist, with these deep-pocketed donors funding her every move? Wow, I knew things were dirty. I guess I'm a little bit naive. Perhaps I didn't realize just how deep the rot really, really is. 1-800-655-MIKE. Now, do not call me about my fellow talk show hosts. I'm not going to get into feuds with anybody. I'm not doing that. We're going to talk big picture. 1-800-655-MIKE. But do not bring up anybody. I'm not going to do one-on-one battles with people who I otherwise would be aligned with. And that's what's so stupid about this. These are people who ought to know better. These are people who are damaging the Republican Party. Ronna McDaniel The head of the RNC said it's over. It's done. It's Donald Trump. He's the nominee. There is no path for Nikki Haley, but big Democrat money is behind her. What I think we have to be aware of, and what's tough to me to swallow, I hate to accept this, but some of the people I'm hearing who are supporting Nikki Haley, who've been on my side of the aisle, it's hard not to wonder if they haven't been bought and paid for. It really is. It's hard not to wonder what's motivating them. I'd love to know. A serious person doesn't sit around and talk about Nikki Haley getting the nomination. I mean, if Nikki Haley won New Hampshire, I wouldn't be saying any of this. If Nikki Haley came close in New Hampshire, I wouldn't say anything. She got blown out 70-30 by Republican voters in New Hampshire. She does not stand a chance. And I hate to question the integrity of people like Clay and others. I don't know what's behind this, but it's got to be donor dollars. It's got to be the deep state. It's got to be people who are wolves in sheep's clothing, people who pretend to be one thing and they're not, people who say, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, but I'm really a Democrat, people who say, well, you know, I think Nikki, understand, Nikki Haley was an idea. And I'm not trying to be mean-spirited or cruel or angry or ugly. That idea has now evaporated. Nikki Haley at one point might have been Plan B. Newsflash, Plan B's gone. 1-800-655-MIKE. I hope you join us. Tell me what you think about why in the world anybody is pretending that Nikki Haley could be the GOP nominee when this is Trump's party and Trump's nomination, and everybody knows it. I guess it's the old, well, you must be over the target if you've infuriated the right people. This is crazy.